Hey guys, hey, it's me, Jimmy Lou from the Messy Craft Corner. Hello and welcome, you guys. We've been working on Pioneer Woman stuff all day. Are you guys loving it? Did you guys love this event? As soon as Angie said about we're gonna do this Crafty Bunch event and it's gonna be Pioneer Woman inspired, and I was like, I can't do anything Pioneer Woman inspired. What are you, nuts? And then I found this fabric and I was like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Listen, I'm excited because I got the stuff ready for the stuffins of the one that we did this morning. If you missed, hi Becky Smith, hello Painted Peach, over on the Creative Designs and DIY from Blueberry Hill this morning, I filled in for Ray because she's been feeling sickly, and I got the stuff all ready to go in this one. But we have so much to cover. We really do. So we have kind of like this to cover because I made this and I'm liking this. But so I wanted to show you guys the sewing thing here since I didn't get a chance to show you guys. We did the smaller one of this version earlier today, and then we also did this one earlier today. So I wanted to show you how to go ahead and do the stitching on one of these in case you might have missed that earlier today. And I was not going to do it on her page at all. Here comes my trusty little machine. However, I felt I needed to because, let me push you guys back some. That's how it was this morning. Hi, Evie. Look, Evie, look at how pretty it's getting, girly. Woo, she likes the Pioneer Woman. Look at how pretty. Isn't it getting pretty? Okay, so we have one that's a very similar cover. And I glued it up this morning, and we're going to stitch. Now, someone asked me this morning, what stitch did you use? I used a zigzag stitch. The first time around, I didn't have the distance of my stitches set right, so I had this kind of long zigzag, kind of look like an airplane going through the sky. However, I want to do it in this tighter zigzag today. So my plan is we're going to go all around the outside of the book. So you can sew paper and cardboard on your machine as long as you're careful with it. So you first of all know your machine. If it starts to like bog down, like ooh, don't keep forcing it, stop. Otherwise, you bend and break the needles and all of that stuff. And you could ruin your machine. Don't ever sew when your glue is wet. Because if you do, you could have trouble. You could gunk up your bobbin and all of that stuff. Now, I did spin out another bobbin just in case. Because I was sewing on some of the paper today while I was waiting to come live. So here we go. We're going to just start stitching. Tell me in the comments if you're really loving this whole Pioneer Woman experience. There were a lot of crafters on today. When I get to the corner, I'm stopping, dropping my needle down, and I'm pivoting. I'm pivoting my machine. Okay, so I'm only doing this one to show you what to actually do to sew on it, because I do have two that are raring to go, you guys, raring to go. So this box here was actually a graham cracker box, and I'm just following. I just have the edge of my presser foot. So let me put you down some. My presser foot is lined up even with the edge of my book, and it's giving me just enough room to catch both parts of the material for the book. It's been a good event. I have watched a few replays because, oh, okay. I know, I just tipped you down, so we're just stitching is what we're doing. We're just stitching along. We're stitching along on Moonlight Bay. Now, I do have a plan for this one. Even though I'm like stitching now, I have a plan of something I want to do with this as well. So I should have came over a little bit further. Is Chris Spencer Little here? I don't know if she's here or not because she was going on vacation. But she gave me some of these crocheted flowers when we were in Ohio, and she mailed me some. I don't know what I did with the ones that she mailed me. But they're super pretty, and we're going to use them on the cover of the other book that we're doing. When we get to the end here, we're stopping, pivot, turn your book, get it lined up again, and off you go. Genie's Palace. Hey again, Sprinkling, thank you. What's the best kind of food box? Okay, it doesn't, that's a you judgment, okay? Because some boxes are more flimsy than others. Not all boxes are created equal, but Pop-Tart boxes are too big. They have too fat of a spine, but unless you want a really chubby book. The cake mix boxes to me are like the perfect size, but Shauna over at Fraps and Scraps, she uses macaroni and cheese boxes. Do you need a crafting needle in that machine? No, I'm Andrea. It's just my regular sewing needle. Now, I do change the needle out often when I'm cutting through paper because it does dull the needle. And if the needle gets dull, then you have a chance of breaking it. But I have not ruined, this was my mom's machine. I have not ruined it. It smells like oil today, though. I think it needs to be oiled up. But otherwise, I've not had any issues with it. And by all means, if you have a really... Christopher, it's in the other room, dude. It's in the other room. Hold on. Do I have one here I can show you? Let's see. Oh, boy. I'm going to really show off Jimmy Lou now, y'all. Christopher, thanks a lot, mister. Listen, he always asks to see my mom's picture. This is me when I was 16 years old. No joking. 16 years old. Look it. This is my sister... Ginger, she's in heaven now. This is a baby doll she's holding. This is my mom. This is Nanny Yetter. And my aunt must have gave her a book or something because she's holding a book. And then this is 16-year-old, permed out, frizzed hair, Jimmy Lou. Thanks a lot, Christopher. Did you just glue the fabric? Yes, I used Fabri-Tac. And if you watch Monica, I did a live this morning. You can see that on my page and on Creative Designs and DIY from Blueberry Hill. Something was wet there. And I just used some white gesso to cover the cover, okay? And to paint the cover. So that way the fabric wouldn't show through the blue. Because the box is a graham cracker box. And the graham cracker box just happened to be blue. Alright, let's see. Grab these. Hi, Sherry. So there we go. This is the stitching all around the outside of the edges now. So one thing I'm going to do is now I'm flipping it over, and on the outside, you can see it looks like a quilt. We're just going to go around and we're going to make it look even more like a quilt, okay? So wherever the zigzag lines are on the fabric, that's where I'm gonna faux quilt it is what I'm gonna do. We'll just do a little bit of it because there's a lot of stopping and starting with this. So see where we did that? Okay, now we have these like little bitties. These are like little bitties. I'm not even going in very far. And okay, that one's going in a little longer. Okay, let's just trim these. And I go back and I trim out all of my my loose edge, my loose strings. Some people just do it. They just leave it the little little stringies and all. So, oh, it's okay, Christopher. I was just teasing you. Anyways, I was thinking about you the other day because Facebook has been hiding some of my comments, and I went in and I unhid a bunch, and yours were ones, Christopher, I had to unhide. So I guess Facebook now is saying it's okay for Christopher to comment here. So hopefully this isn't too loud for you guys. Oh man, I hate when that happens. Who else hates when that happens? I'm telling you, my bobbin ran out of thread. I'm sure of it. Yep, sure as God made green apples. That's what happened. Look at. So here's what it's looking like. So we're just doing this around here. Let me give me 1 sec. Hold on a sec. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm telling you, that's exactly what happened. Yep. I even said to Larry, I better wind up a black bobbin just in case we run out, in case it runs out. And I was right. And you know, I went in to put all those nice nails on this morning. I got all kinds of stuff all gunked up in my nails. And when I went to clean them with the cleaner that I used, the cleaner took the nails off. And I was like, well, there's 35 minutes I'm never getting back. But, so we're down to regular nails again. So we're just going to line this up wherever it might have missed off there, and we're just going to get started again. Okay, we're good. Here we go. We're motoring along on Moonlight Bay. Okay. So, and then I just keep doing this, you guys. Just keep following along where the quilting is, okay? And it just makes it look cute. Even though the fabric got glued on there a little wonkadoodle sideways, it still looks cute. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there, Christopher. There's a lot of me and my mama out there. Okay. So I'm gonna stop at this point. Yeah, you can do straight. There's Sewing and Crafting by Angie. Welcome. Listen, I am not an expert sewer. I am just sewing on. We're just doing this. And you could do straight, but it's kind of like a crisscross on the print. And I just think it looks cool with the zigzag. Okay, so let's set that to the side. Here's the one that I did that was the smaller version of this, okay? So I started to do a signature. I can't decide if I want to do 1 or 2 signatures in this one. So I sat it to the side because I figured we could work on that at another time. Okay, but 6x6 paper is working like perfectly for the size that you need for this. Okay, so what I said is the line. Oh, the line is helping go straight. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I am too far away. I'm used to being like right on top of what I can see. And so I apologize. I really, really do if I mistook what you said. So I created a tag earlier with some of the stuff in the signatures. Let me just scoot this back around because I want to show you. Here's the tag. I just stitched all around the tag. This is tissue paper. And this is some of the stuff from the inside and one of those flowers from Chris Spencer Little. So thank you, Miss Chris, for these little flowers. We're going to be using these for other things. Now, let me just show you. I want to show you the signatures, and then we're gonna sew them straight in. I need to put a straight stitch on this. Where is my straight stitch? Why is there not a straight stitch on this? There is not a straight stitch on this. Well, I guess we're going to stick with the zigzag. How is there not a straight stitch on this?
I don't know. Not my sewing machine.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know either.
I bought it,
so,
I don't know what...
Well, this one was my mom's.
Oh, is that the one with your mom's?
Stink bug.
I thought I bought you a new one.
Go away. Beat it. Hello, go away. Oh, got him. He's went zooming somewhere. Whoo, I hate those things. He's over that way somewhere. So here's the signatures that I did, and I just went through paper that was my regular paper, and I just pulled out pieces that sort of match. Now you're going to see stringers hanging off and stuff. That's because I didn't have a chance to cut them off yet. But what I did was, on some of the paper, I just ran it across the sewing machine. So here's this one, and I need to go get my clips. Hang on one
Is that
second.
interrupting you?
No, that's okay. Hang on one sec. Let me get the clips. Yeah, my glue machine.
Gotta have the glue machine.
Gotta have the glue machine. Okay, so these clips are meant for sewing, and I don't usually use them for sewing, but by George, if we ain't gonna do it today. So, yeah, if I put the stitch width real wide, it'll make more of a straight stitch, but it's a Singer, and my sewing machine is actually an embroidery machine, embroidery sewing machine. It embroiders too. Okay, so here's what I did. This is just scrapbook paper. It is not thick cardstock. If you use thick cardstock, I don't recommend running it through your machine. It's already going to be thick to run this through. There's a doily. Here's some of my coffee dyed paper. Again, another piece of, not cardstock, but scrapbook paper. This is tissue paper. This is coffee dyed paper. When I get it stitched in, it'll be even nicer. More scrapbook paper. There's some of that paper I said I wanted to stick in. And then we have, this is 2 envelopes. I glued the envelopes together so that they would make one on each side. Okay. And again, I just ran some stitches. There's more scrapbook paper and more coffee dyed paper. So when you get to your center, kind of like tap it all together where you want it to be. Okay. And we're going to clip it. And I'm clipping along both sides. I'm not clipping the top and bottom because I'm going to run it through my sewing machine. I don't want my needle to hit one of these and break. So that's why I'm using them along the side. Now I just clipped them all together, all of the papers together. This is junk journaling, guys. This is more junk journaling than any junk journaling you have ever seen me do before. So Angie stretches us outside of the box, and boy, if we don't get there. Okay, this one is going to be, now see how on the inside here I did these 2 stitches. One is close to the fold here, the other is close to the fold there. So what I want to do is I'm going to lay this on here, and I'm going to line it up along the inside of that stitch. Okay, and I'm going to open it up. And then I'm going to take 1 clip at the top left corner, 1 clip at the top right corner, because I want to avoid my needle, so I don't want it to be in the center. Make sure you keep it straight and even with all the things, otherwise it'll go in there wonkadoodle, and you don't want to do wonkadoodle. Just saying. 1 at the bottom left, 1 at the bottom right, okay? How many pages? Lisa Kidd? I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute. Somewhere somewhere in between 10 and 12 is usually what I put in a signature. Now, this will fit through because I've already like stitched it through, so I know it will. Now I'm getting right in the center of all of my papers, right in the center, and we're just going to start stitching. And it could be loud, and I'm going right down the fold, you guys, right down the fold. I'll tell you exactly how many in a second. Stay on the fold, stay on the fold. Woo! I'm always glad when it works out. So you can see alongside here now, we have more of that. Okay? So now you can take your clips off. That's the first signature stitched in. I wouldn't go more than 12. And I wouldn't use 12 sheets of cardstock. Now in the second signature, you're going to see I have some cardstock. So then when you get it off, I kind of like fold it and rub it and fold it the other way and rub it, so that way it starts to fold more like a book page. Is there stuff sticking out of the top? Yep, that's okay. You can trim it off if you like, or all of the things. Now, I fold that all the way to the right hand side, and I'll just put a clip on that to hold it down. So we can go to the second set. Now, the second set, I wasn't sure if I want to add this or not. I think I'm just going to stick it on and we'll hope for the best. Because it's not going to stick in. But this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one has 12 in it too, including the tissue paper I'm a little nervous about using. So I'm doing the same thing, you guys. I'm lining it up just to the inside of this line right here, because that is where my fold is. So I'm lining it up. Let me scoot this out of the way. Put this up here. So I'm lining it up right on the inside of that line, right there. Okay. Get your inside, open it up, and line it up, you guys. Oh, I didn't clip it together. That's what I didn't do. Clip it together. That's why I'm like struggling to have it go on there. I'm like, what is happening? So now the inside piece here is going to be kind of freestanding, because, well, by George, if that didn't come off of there. It's going to be freestanding because it's too short to fit onto any of the clips. All right, so there we go. We have our clips on that side. And we're going to put our clips on this side. And I'm going to show you one of these little pages that are in here, because the one I did is really sweet. And I want you to be able to do it too, if you like. Hey, hey, Miss Sandra. Okay, so there we go. Now, line it up along the inside of that thing. Let it fall to the one side. Scoot it up a little bit. Get it nice and lined up straight. Remember, 1 to the top left corner, 1 to the bottom left corner. Then you have this side over here. You already have one there at the left corner. You just got to kind of scooch that on there, because it's going to be thick on the right side, because you already have your papers from the other one stitched there. Okay, bring this back in. Here we go. We're going to line it up. I'm putting this in. We're going to hope for the best here, y'all. We're hoping for the best. All right, get this lined up right in the center of all of our papers. And here we go. Here we go. See how it's making that, like, that sound? Something is holding it up. Something is keeping it from stitching. I'm not sure what. I think it's because my foot doesn't want to go back down. Hang on a second. Let me see what the problem is. I think it's because I don't have it opened up wide enough. Fingers crossed, y'all. There we go. When it took off, I was thinking, Lord, I hope that bobbin thread doesn't. If that bobbin thread would have went kafluki, we would have been in trouble, you guys. We would have been in some serious duty. Okay. Whew. All right, there we go. It's all stitched in there, you guys. They're all stitched in. And now your edge out here, you can do a couple of things. So you can make one of these like we did before, and you can stitch it right to the outside or glue it. At this point, I would glue it because there's a lot of paper stuffed in there. And if you love it, you can send me a message and I'm willing to part with them. I just will not sell them in an auction because I don't want to, I'm afraid of getting in trouble. Okay, so let's create one of these using this fabric that is this fabric right here. Okay, so this is the Pioneer Woman, and I'm cutting a pretty big, a pretty wide. You didn't get the notification? I sent out a telegram. Sorry if you didn't get one. My apologies. All right, this is on, so we're good. What size is the book cover? It is 5.5, I think. 5.5 or 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, because the papers on the inside, I cut these down to 10, and then I folded them in half. 10 by, this is the one I want to show you. 10 by 7, so that when they were folded in half, they made 5 by 7 perfectly. Okay, see this page right here? See how it has this pop? Oh, it's upside down. Oh, I sewed that one in upside down. Ooh, I hope I didn't sew anything else in upside down. If that's the only one, we can just, yep. Okay, this is now the front of our cover. I wanted it to be this part for the front, but that's okay. So we're going to create a thing for the spine here. And I tore it and I don't know what I was doing. Oh my goodness, you guys. Well, now the front of the book is this. So we can do 2 of these, you guys. All right, so we can add some blue to the front. Yes, we can. And we can make it happen. We can make some magic happen here. All right, so I'm just getting a rip of the fabric that I want to sew. Then I'm putting it in and I'm doing little pleats as it's going. I'm just pleating it up and letting it stitch in. No, the pocket is sewed. I sewed the pocket instead of gluing it. So it's actually it's actually sewn in. That's what I was showing you when I was like, it's upside down. I stitched it instead of gluing it, and it's just made this cute little pocket. So, and you could have like stitched around the pocket too, just to make it stand out. So there's my friend Alyssa. You guys all say hi to Alyssa. You're going to get to hear about her in like the coming weeks, because in February we are having a Paper Crafters for a Cause. I've assembled a bunch of paper crafters. We're taking over a Monday here at the Crafty Bunch, and we're going to be doing a paper craft and then selling it, and the money is going to go to help the Schruppel family. Jen and Alyssa, they're trying to adopt a child. They're in the adoption process. I don't know how far along they are, but listen, how big is the spine? It's whatever size the box spine was, Giselle. I can give you guys all measurements then. So you guys, we're going to help. We're going to do our little part. We're going to do our little community part here to help out. Now, how do I know Alyssa? Alyssa and my daughter, we're high school. We're college friends. And they have Remaine's friend. Elizabeth was in Alyssa's wedding. And Alyssa was in Evie's wedding. So everybody say hi to Alyssa. Make her feel welcome. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up on here. And we're just going to go ahead and sew it right on over top of the other, because I really wanted it to have a blue. I really did. So what? It has 2 on it. So you keep your little clipping, because the tag that I did, okay, the little tag that I did, that's where I got that. It was just a little clipping from the other ones. All right, so I'm just going to bring it in a real little bit. because then it'll show through both sides. So I'm just lining it up right on that gather. And someone's going to say, how come you didn't gather ahead of time? That's because you can gather it right on the book as you're sewing it. However, people make these snippet rolls and they just stitch fabric, big long rolls of it, and then they keep it for their junk journaling. So if you want to create a snippet roll, that's how you'll do it. That's how you'll do it. Woo, hello. Back this up a little bit. Oh, I think I don't have thread. Ah, I don't have thread. Oopsie doodles. Hang on a second. I lost my thread. I just made it, Alyssa. Uh-oh, what do I have going on here? We just stitched it, and I'm gonna make another one. So if you stick around a second, you'll see what I'm doing here. So down through this way, up through this way. Grab our little thing. Good thing this all has directions on how to thread it, right? All right, hold on. I gotta get my very old lady eyes. Very old lady eyes are coming out. We have time. Okay, let me just put this down, and we're gonna bring the sewing machine needle up, and we're just gonna. It is Pioneer Woman fabric. Today's event that I'm in, Alyssa, is all about Pioneer Woman, and all the crafters today did Pioneer Woman inspired crafts, and mine just happened to be a junk journal. So, hey, why not, right? All right, now what did I do with that? Okay, here we go. I was like, wait, what happened? What happened? Here we go. Yep, we just created it. That's what we did. Here we go. We're going down. Going right down the center, you guys. And that happens to me a lot. Where I end up, I'm like, oh man. Oh man. We are working on a Pioneer Woman inspired junk journal is what we're working on. So I had made a mistake and I sewed something in upside down. Always check. Don't make me teach you guys that again. Always check to make sure. Okay, so how I made that was I just took a strip. This is probably, I don't know, 1.5 inches, maybe wide. I just cut it and I nipped it. And then when I'm putting it on, I'm just pulling it and gathering it. I am not being mindful about how far apart they are. I'm just doing it, okay? So that's how I like to do it. You guys do it however way you like to do it. Now I did a pretty big wide one of this because I want to put it on the spine. Okay? Sorry that I know that I'm missing comments. I know I am. But guys, you really got to pay attention with a sewing machine. Okay, so there we go. There's our little strip. And again, I didn't take my time. I didn't measure out where all the pieces needed to go or anything like that. Now, let's put this to the side. We could be done with that. I'm not sure. So I'm just opening my book up. And I'm laying it flat. And right down the center, we're just going to glue this right onto there to give it a ruffle on the spine. And it's going to look so stinking cute. So, hot glue works. You can use some Fabri-Tac if you want. I'm using hot glue because you guys, we're working and it needs to be kind of done. Let it stick up over the edges some if you like. Ooh, hello, that was hot. It was hot, hot, hot. Trim this off. Just like that. So, and then let me see, where is my top and my bottom? I'm specifically looking for that. That bums me out that I did that, you guys, because I really wanted that shiplap to be right in the front. Okay, so these are the little flowers that Chris Spencer Little. They are Walmart. Alyssa, I got them at Walmart, and the ones that are Pioneer Woman, this is Pioneer Woman, hun. This was Christmas. If you look really close, you can see like those winter berries and stuff. And I don't care. I'm using it for the junk journal. So she crocheted me these little flowers, and we're going to put one right at the top of the spine is what we're going to do. And then I'm going to know which direction is up. Now, this definitely is going to get tore off because I don't want it sticking out the bottom. I don't mind it sticking out the top, but out the bottom, not so much. All right, so right in the center, because I just thought they would be a nice way to use these to add into the journal. So, and she just sent me a bunch more, you guys, too, and they're very pretty. Okay, so that's glued down to, now look at, isn't that pretty? It's sort of, I don't know, it's a little dark in here, so it may not match as much as I think it does, but I think it matches pretty darn cute. Okay, so on the inside, the covers, that's where I run into some issues because I really, really want pockets, but I don't want to add paper on top of fabric. So what can we do? I'm going to show you. Let me get my Fabri-Tac. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac along with a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place. But see this, this is Hobby Lobby. This I got on clearance. And I have some of this. This one is Michael's. And I have some of this lace. And then I also have, whoopsie doodles, I also have some of this lace. So we're going to create some cute little pocket style things. Now let me just fold this over. And I'm just going to put a clip on this so it stops coming over in my space. Stay in your own space, please. And let's just do this. Okay, so the pocket. I am just cutting a strip of the lace that is the size of the inside cover. Okay. You know what? Ooh, let's do it top to bottom. Let's do it top to bottom instead, because it'll be cooler. You could even do this as a belly band. I think I want to do it as a belly band, you guys. I definitely think you guys know what I'm talking about, belly band? So belly band just will hold things into place for you. So you could just take this and just slip it underneath there and it will hold it. Let's make it a belly band. So I'm going to use this pretty lace right here on the front cover. And we're just going to take a little bit and just do a little line. Okay, now I am adding a little dab of hot glue because I need it to hold it in place until we get it set up, all right? Or until it sets up. So there we go there. It's just the same length as your book cover. So you could cut this ahead of time. And we're just going to add some glue down there as well. And just scoop that up a little bit. It needed scooted. And then we're just going to do some along the bottom here. And you could totally stitch this. You don't have to do it with glue. You can stitch it if you rather. So you do you. Whatever works for you, that's what you want to do. Okay, so now we have this really cute little belly band that will hold stuff for us. Journaling cards. It's got to stay in place, please. Journaling cards, all kinds of fun extra things, okay? So also, you can take some of this lace that's like the trim work lace, and you can just glue some down along the edge if you want to. again, that's for you to call and decide if that's what you want to do or not. I was gonna do it, but now I'm just not feeling it. But if I'm real careful, I can slip this tag under here, and then you can see what I'm talking about there for you know, your journaling cards or any of those things. Okay, that's the front cover. Now on the back cover, again, I'm more like, gee, I really wish I would have some pockets there, and I'm going to go ahead and do it with the white lace. We're going to add pockets. We're going to add two. We're going to add one at the base and one halfway up. Okay? One at the base, one halfway up. So let's see if we cut it right there. All right, now for it to be, oh geez, did I cut it too short? A little bit too short. Let's go a little bit longer here. For it to be a pocket, you just need to glue on 3 sides. Okay, so the 2 short sides and the 1 long side to create a pocket. Now, I'm going to go way out on a limb here and say this would make a kick butt, beautiful, beautiful book for you to put recipes in. Especially if you want to pass them down to someone. You know, I'm just grabbing any loose strings that I see, like visually, so that I'm not gluing them down. Okay, so we're going to glue this across here on the 2 sides and the bottom. Go away. Thank you very much. 2 sides. Along the bottom. And up this way. Now let's add just a little glue in a few little spots so that way we get it, that we can fiddle with it. All right, so here we go there. And over here. And we're just pressing that down. Okay, and then it does make a pocket. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper so I can show you what I'm talking about, you guys. Show you what I'm talking about. I'm just on my cutter out here cutting a 4.5 by 6.5. Just a 4.5 by 6.5 card. Cardstock. Yeah, you can definitely use it as a recipe book. This, you can just leave it like this. Where did that thing go? I heard it going. So you can, oh, he's on my book. Hang on, guys. Hang on, let me get rid of him. I dropped my paper in the body. Okay. Anyways, what I was trying to say is the second one, we could make it as a belly band instead of a full-on pocket, okay? But who else saw that? Let me cut another. Oh my goodness. It was like, excuse you. He was bound to get on me, you guys. Four and a half by 6.5 because I dropped the other one in the potty. You could just leave this as one pocket back here too. You don't have to make it into 2. Who needed that? I know, yucky bug, right? So you know what I think I'm gonna do? I just had this thought. I was really wanting to use this kind of like lacy trim stuff. So what if I just make a belly band from this? And then I can put some cards in there that would just slip through one and tuck into the pocket. And then this will hold it in place. I know, and you know what? And you can't smush them. Yes, it was a stink bug. Yep. And there, you know, I don't like to flush them. I don't, but you know, he just was being an annoyance. Okay. Part way up, I'm adding some. Oh my gosh. He landed right on my book, you guys. I wonder if he was attracted to the glue smell. I wonder if the glue smell is what got him over here, because he just was doing his own thing, y'all. Okay, a little bit of hot glue to help hold it in place until that other glue sets up. And just drop this into place. Look, now we're going to give it a minute. We're going to give it a minute to set up, because I think the card should slide right through there and into the pocket. And I'm almost positive that it will. Yes, I know they attract more stink bugs. Yes. And listen, I'm getting way too good at getting them. At like smacking them with things, but I didn't even hear him. Like he just was. He came in like a wrecking ball, y'all. Came in like a wrecking ball. Did you see that? And then he ruined a perfectly good journaling card. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh my gosh, this will look so pretty if I do some decorative paper on it that matches the rest of the book. Just look at how pretty that will look back there. Look at how pretty. That would be great with a picture of a grandma in there that was like part of your book. Okay, we have 15 minutes yet. Let me just trim this. What do you guys want to, what do you want to see me do in this book? Is there something you want to see? Something on the sewing machine I can show you again. Should we create some fun journaling spots? You know, what should we do here? What should we do? Because we also have these pockets, don't forget. Listen, I cut that one already, and he just keeps laying over. It's like a dog, just rolling over, getting his belly rubbed. Oh my gosh, we can do the cover. Can you dye the paper with watered down paint? Lisa Kid, you could always try. Just give it a try and see what will happen, because maybe you'll be onto something that'd be really cool. Listen, you can use watercolors, and you can dye paper with watercolors. Yes, I know. Listen, we live here in the country. We get them all the time. We just coexist. I hate when they're buzzing around me, though. That's the one thing I can't stand it. So, what do you guys want to work on? What should we do? I know we have 50 eyes. We got to get to 100. We got to 100 this morning on Miss Ray's page, and we did all the things over there, so that was fun. All right, so here we go. We can do something. Let's decorate the cover. So I have those crocheted pieces, the crocheted flowers. And I have some of these, and I also have some of these. I think I really captured that whole pioneer woman thing. I hope I did. But you can add some lace along here to create even a neater look if you wanted to. Just add a little lace on there. I think we might could do that. I don't know. Let's see. What do I have? There's so many strings, I don't know which one is which. Oh, awesome, Lisa Kid. Do it. Do it. Okay, I'm just gonna play with some flowers here and see what we have going on. So these dusty rose ones are not gonna match the color of the book. So those are out right away. The yellow ones will enhance what colors are on there and break it up from looking so Christmassy, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, there you go. Dawn just said she's done it with acrylic paint, and it does work. Yes, in 2023, it's 100 sets of eyes. 10 names go in. It's harder this time because, you guys, I'm giving away a month in my subscription group, which is the Bookmakers Club. So I'm going to make you work for it some. So she said I could trim these little off the back here. And we're just going to add some of these flowers on here. So I have some more pinkish ones, and I thought these would look good. Hi, Georgia. You were working in the garden. That sounds funny because in Pennsylvania, it's cold. We got cold going on here. All right, I have some of these leaves. And I think we're just going to, I want to mix the crocheted with the other stuff. But I have these leaves, and I think we're going to make them go up along the edge there. Okay? And let me just see, where did all of these go? I don't want to go too big because I don't want to cover up too much of the fabric, but I do want to cover some of it because I think it will look pretty with these pretty little flowers. So let's see, we're going to go this way. We're going to just kind of go up. Oh, I also have, where are they? I have some little daisies. Yep, you can watch all of the replays for sure. So I want to add a few of these. They're a little delicate, but they'll look really good on here. They just need to come out because, listen, here we could take this one off and we can add this green. Just to kind of make it a little fun, unique, all that stuff. So we're just kind of making like a little flower garden is kind of what we're doing. It's chilly in Texas, I betcha. Oop. So let's see here. Whoops, hello, come back. So I just kind of made like a little crescent. Okay, and we're going to add this one there. And we're just adding florals to it. I don't know if I'm going to put, I probably will get some kind of inspirational saying or something and going on. Yes, the flowers I'm just attaching with hot glue. Yepper. Just some hot glue, girly. That's it. And the flowers came from Hobby Lobby. But I'm pretty sure you guys already knew that. So let's see. All right. The glasses are coming off now, you guys. All right, so I'm very pleased with what I have laid out here. So now it's just a matter of gluing stuff down. So I'm going to shoot some glue under there. Put some on here to go right there. Careful with the glue and the crocheted stuff. You don't want to have an owie finger. I already have a little bit of an owie finger from Bookmakers Club when I jabbed myself with my stuff this morning. I was like, yo! So I'll hold it up here in a second and show you what it looks like. And I'm going right up to the edge of the book, you guys. Sometimes I'm like, less is more. Don't use too many. Always make sure, though, that you're using odd numbers. Odd numbers. Jimmy Lou's a huge fan of the odd numbers. The oddball numbers, okay? And then, guys, you can use this to put recipes in it. You can use it for photos, to journal in, to write in. I put a lot of nice pages in there for you to write stuff in. Let's add a little glue right there. We're just giving it its own little flower garden. I don't know, maybe I should send it to the Pioneer Woman lady. What do you think? We could send it to the Pioneer Woman lady. Okay, these things take a second to set up. Give that a sec. And we're going to add a little daisy up here. These little daisies are cute. And I think they just add to the book. The little daisies do. It's a little flower garden, you guys. And I'm just using scissors to stuff some of these in where I want them to go, because they're cute. Well, that would have been cute on there somewhere, but not now. So I'm going to show you here in a second what it looks like. Nope. Let's add another one of these. And I'm just kind of like pushing it down now. Put my glasses on so I can see what you guys are saying. Hello, Susie from Denmark. I should. I don't know. Listen, I feel okay when you guys buy stuff, but sending it as a gift is a little something. Okay, I missed some stitching there. So that's okay. We'll get it then. So there we go. I think though. I think I'm going to add one more daisy. I have no idea how many flowers are on this cover, you guys. We're going to take a look here in a second. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ugh. I need one more. All about the odd number. Odd number is more eye appealing. So now we have 15. Whew. Crisis averted. Yeah, I have some for in my flower book. No joking. Okay, I'm just going to glue that down right there. And let's... Okay, I have them all glued on. Scared me there for a second.
You got a new pile started?
Just sit it there on the end of the table for a second till I get off of here. What do you guys think? Are you guys loving this? I think this turned out super cute. So I'm just going to take one of these little daisies and right in the center of the flower that is on the spine. I thought I was going to do this, but I wasn't sure. And then I was like, why not? Why not, right? Why not? Let me set this here for a second and hang tight, hang tight. There we go. Breaking out the Tim Holtz quote chips, you guys, because I just feel like I want to add something that will look cute on here. How about home? That was easy. That was easy to get that little home piece, and we're just going to add it right down there, I think. So hopefully over the past few days, you guys learned something. If you're new, oh, Ellen, I'm in Pennsylvania also. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit of new technique from me breaking out the sewing machine. I did it because Teeny from over at Coastal Styles is always teasing me about not being able to use a sewing machine in my junk journals, and I'm like, I can sew. I'm sitting here looking at my needle is a little bent. I'm going to have to put a new needle on to finish up these other covers. So this one I'm going to call finished. As far as the cover goes, I'll let you know when I decide about doing anything on... Ooh, the inside's a little warm, you guys. So there's our little tag. The tag slips into this belly band that we made out of lace. Yes. And then we have all of these. Here's lemons. Hang on, let me turn this off and move it. And let me scoot you guys just a little closer. I gotta move all my stuff though. Scoot you guys, oops, a little closer so we can take a look-see. So here's the cover. It does say home. It is the right way. My camera just doesn't flip. When you open it, you have that belly band with some tissue. And then you guys can start adding recipes. And here's that one that is a pocket. Whoops, that is a pocket. So we stitched the pocket. Just did a little pocket stitch. Okay. Some coffee dyed paper. A piece of just plain cardstock. This one has little flowers. Yeah, I have trouble with that too, Lisa Kid. I really do. There is no scrapbooking paper that is exactly Pioneer Woman. The only thing you could do is to take your cover or your fabric to Hobby Lobby, Michael's, one of those places, and purchase stuff that matches. So, but junk journals are supposed to not exactly match. Although, I'm just telling you, I did that too. Dala. On Monday, is it Dala? Am I saying your name right? D-A-L-A? Am I saying your name right, darling? On Monday, I showed how I did the cover. This morning, I did some work in several of these journals on a different page, but it is on this page. If you go to the Messy Craft Corner, you'll see it. Okay, here I just did stitching up part of the way. Don't be afraid to sew onto your, like right onto your paper. I did, and it made it look cute. There's some florals. So you could just do coffee dyed paper and make it a writing journal, especially if you're just going to do recipes. That would be okay. Dela. Dela? Dela. You guys, get some hymn paper, some dictionary paper, do all the things. Get some funky stuff in there if you want it to match, okay? This little flap here is from an envelope. I am going to cover that up with some of the paper that matches. So I tried to stick kind of along the lines of what, like, the fruits sort of match. This I wanted to be the very first page on the inside, but I sewed things in upside down. My fault. That's just some writing lined paper that I did with, yeah, coffee dye. I did a coffee dye on that, and it turned out super cute. Some more stitching, and that's the end of the first signature. Thus begins this, wait, no, that's not, that's, we're in the second signature. Never mind, never mind. I did stitch down the center of some of the paper, just to make it cute. I did not stitch on tissue paper or light paper. Will you add ink and some stamps to the pages? Perhaps, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm kind of thinking that, like, whoever gets it, it should be like them. Like, they should kind of add to it. But we can do some work to the inside. This here is an envelope. Yeah, writing lined coffee dyed paper is very, very pretty. Absolutely. So here we go. There's some of that tissue paper. Don't try to stitch on tissue paper. It'll just clog your machine up. Or wax paper. That can be not very nice for your sewing machine either. Okay, so there's our piece there. Now, are you going to have to be a little careful putting things in and out? Yep. But otherwise, it's good. All right, my time is up. I'm over a little bit, but that's okay. I was the last one in today's event, you guys. So, if you want to catch any of the replays, go back to the Crafty Bunch. The Crafty Bunch, you guys. And that's a free group that you guys can join and be a part of and watch all of the replays. So thanks so much for joining me. Boy, do I have a mess to clean up now. Yowza. All right, you guys have a good rest of your day. Remember to always be kind, because you never know what someone might be going through. I'll see you all tomorrow at 5 o'clock for the Thrift Flip event. Whoo, I'm going to be evented out after this. 5 o'clock tomorrow for the Thrift Flip event right here on this page. You guys, I have been doing Miss Lisa's since the beginning. Only one time did I have to miss, and that was for something just unrelated to that. I just couldn't do it. But and then Friday, I'm going to Elizabeth's house, and we're going to be doing a special live. Okay, guys? So, if you want to catch the replays for how I did the covers, check out the video earlier today and the one from Monday. All right? All right, guys, have a good night, and I will see you all real soon.